Welcome to another installment of the Studio Getaway Holiday Idea Series. I'm going to show you quickly some of the supplies we're going to be using today before I get started on the project. First, I've got Memento Dewdrop ink pad in Bamboo Leaves color. I've got some Kaiser Craft paper flowers. They come, I believe, 50 or so to a package. They're a real thin paper flower. We're going to do a little bit of change up on these today, using the ink and also using some of the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. This happens to be marshmallow color. It's a white pigment with a pearl mixed in, so it can really lighten your projects and add a lot of glitz and pearl color to them. So I'm going to set that aside. I will also be using Distress Ink by Tim Holtz and an applicator sponge. That is an antique linen color. I will be using some Spellbinders. I'm sorry, these are not from Spellbinders, they're from Tattered Angels. They're the same company that makes the Glimmer Mist. They make some stencils that you can use with the Glimmer Mist. We're actually going to use these for embossing today though with the Cuttlebug machine. And last but not least, I've got a few other things here. I've got a little sentiment that I printed out on the computer. I will be providing the link for the font that I used today and some information about that. A strip of Eskimo Kisses paper from Basic Gray, a strip of Bo Bunny double dot wine paper, and also I've got a piece for my card front. This is how we're gonna, or what we're gonna do the embossing on with the stencils. It is a Coordinations cardstock that comes in this nice rosy pink color, but the inner part is this lighter pink. Okay, first thing I'm going to start with today is the Coordinations cardstock. I'm going to work on the back side. The front side has a little bit of a texture. It's got almost a woven texture to the front. The back side is more plain. I'm going to attach my two stencils kind of where I want them to emboss. I'm going to use a little bit of Scotch tape just to hold them in place. That will help when we're running them through the Cuttlebug machine. And I'll be able to remove this after we're finished. This also helps keep them in place while we're doing some of the sanding. So I'm just going to use a few pieces here just to hold those in place. Okay, I've got my piece that I've run through the Cuttlebug machine now. I still have my two stencils taped to the back side of my paper. So I'm going to flip it back over to the front side. I can see the design a little bit on the paper. I'm going to sand it a little bit now to reveal the design. This is just an old wooden stamp that I've actually removed the stamp from to use with my Aleene's Tack It Over and Over Again. My husband gave me some sandpaper from his garage, and I just simply taped it around the wooden block there to give me a little something to hang on to. So as I go back and forth over my design here, I'm going to try to stay mostly on the paper rather than on the stencil, but you can start to see that design come through. So I'm going to continue doing that. And really, you'll see quite easily that this stencil starts to show up from the underneath side, and it helps that we ran it through the Cuttlebug, so it is really embossed, and it's catching those upper edges of the paper that are kind of sticking up. So it's as simple as that. Next, we're going to move on to the second step. So I'm going to remove these from, remove the stencils from the back side of my paper.